Hey everybody, this is the 1958 Gridiron Gladiators Championship between the Baltimore Colts and the Philadelphia Eagles. The Colts get the ball first. Look at that kick return touchdown card by Lenny Lyles. It's a totally different era for football. He's got a touchdown on 10 and 11 and a long gain on 12. So expect a lot of big plays today in this championship game. He had a 45-yard return on the opening kickoff, and he took it out from the 15. So the Colts will start in Eagles territory at the 40. Button hook pass to Bobby Mitchell, who was the number one draft pick for the Colts in this latest draft, and that's a 6-yard pickup. Guessed right on John Brody's flat pass card. Let's see. I'm trying to get the regular season standing, so it's League 983. Might pull this real quick. I'm missing the action, 2nd and 4. We had okay, thank you for that message. A look-in pass from Brody to Bob Carey, who's the tight end. And there was a 5 linebacker in the zone, but it was a white die 6. Now, this one, we don't play with the white die 6 rules. Let's take a look at the game rules after this play. 1st and 10 to the 29. Off tackle left to Bobby Mitchell. Defensive tackle +2 or +6. He gains 6 yards. So there is no dump off rule. There is no white die 6 rule. Trying to match the error. There's no penalties, which doesn't exactly match the error, but you take what you can get here. There, low usage running back containment's in. Regular linebacker run containment. Crossing pattern to Jim Phillips. That's going to be a touchdown. Guessed wrong, 28 yards, and the Eagles were on their heels the entire drive. The Colts go down and cash it in. Now let's take a look at the regular season. Check out the extra point. Look at that. He's good 2 through 12. It's just Tom Miner might be a major player in this one. So the Colts were 10-5-1. The Eagles were 10-6. Only 4 teams made the playoffs. They both won as underdogs. Let's see if the Colts and Eagles played, which I'm sure they did. So in one game, the Eagles were beaten by the Colts 20-3. So we had a touchback on the kickoff, and the Eagles will start at their own 20. The Colts are coached by Neil Shannon, and the Eagles are coached by Dave Szymanski. The first 2 years of Gridiron Gladiators, 1957 and 1956, were both won by the New Orleans Saints, coached by Jean Lafleur. So we're going to get a new champion this year, as Jean was knocked out in round 1. I believe, let's see, he was knocked out by Neil and the Colts. So let's check it out. We got some names you might be familiar with. Frank Gifford is the halfback. Eddie LeBaron's the quarterback. Max McGee, remember him from Super Bowl I for the Packers? Off tackle left to Gifford, guessed wrong. And that's going to pick up just 2 yards, as Max McGee was the onside blocker there. He couldn't make the block. Let's take a look at the team notebooks. The Colts are average against the run and excellent against the pass, while the Eagles are average against the run, good against the pass. Off tackle right to Tank Younger. It's another name you might recognize. Well, the old bailout 10 roll on the D cards, +1 or -1, and he's going to lose a yard. So it'll be 3rd and 9. Not the start the Eagles were looking for. Slant to Jim Mutscheller. And that's going to be a 17-yard pickup. So clutch pickup there. So they're not using the D cards from the stock teams. They're using the D cards from the era. Or not the era, but they're just the excellent pass defense cards. The generic D cards is what I meant to say. So there was a time when there was no receiver reading on 4 until they were toned down a bit. Pitch out left to Frank Gifford. That's going to pick up 5, guessed wrong, and it'll be 2nd and 5. Colts with an early 7-0 lead, and the Eagles don't want to fall behind. Let's look at that regular season game. With just 3-0 at the half in that one, and then I'm sorry, I said the Colts won, but it was really the Eagles that won 20-3. Excuse me, I was looking at the wrong thing. Did they play twice? No, that's just the only one. So, excuse the misinformation. The Eagles were the winning team in the regular season, 20-3. Was there Baltimore at Philadelphia? No. So, across conference, they would only play once. And there was 22 first downs by the Eagles in that one. Eddie LeBaron was on fire, even though they both teams threw 4 picks. So big plays and turnovers will play a part here today. That's for sure. We've already seen the big play on the opening kickoff return. Up the middle to Tank Younger, guessed wrong. And the center is going to make the block, plus 12. First down and 10 as the Eagles enter into Baltimore territory for the first time. Button hook to Frank Gifford. It's going to be guessed right. 1 man in zone. There's no white die 6. And it's going to be picked off. Remember, we talked about 4 interceptions for each team during the regular season. The total of 8 interceptions in a game. And we're back at it with Eddie LeBaron throwing his first pick of the day. If there's any consolation, John Brody also threw 4 picks. And the Eagles won despite those 4 picks they threw. Look at that. It's pretty good. Guessed wrong. On short and flat for that matter. So 1st and 10 now. Fly to Jim Dorans being double covered. Incomplete. So you can see the high chance of a pick on a double covered long pass. But if he just gets right, he's got connections. He's more likely to throw for a long game than he is to throw for a pick. Only just. Second and 10. We're halfway through the first quarter. Eagles hoping not to fall behind by 2 touchdowns. Square in to Jim Phillips, picks up 2. It's going to be 3rd and 8. So he went for the bomb, correctly double covered. Came back with a flat pass. Guessed right, man in zone still. And we are now set on a 3rd and 8. Let's look at the pass rush for these teams. Looks like the Eagles' pass rush is just okay. Good pass blocking for the Colts. The only matchup that might bite them is maybe, well, it's got a couple that they wind up in trouble with. On that right tackle only being a 4.2 is problematic. But if he only has a 4.4 as his highest pass rusher, maybe not. Pace has slowed down a bit. Fly to Jim Dorn. Single covered. Nobody's in the zone, but it's on the receiver reading. Incomplete. And that'll force the Colts to punt as they try to pin the Eagles deep in their own territory. There's a 44-yard punt inside the 10, and that's where the Eagles will start at their own 9-yard line. Off tackle left to Frank Gifford. It's going to go for 3, guessed wrong. 2nd and 7. So that first Eddie LeBaron pick wasn't costly in terms of points, but it sure did give Baltimore the edge in the field position battle. I'll take a look to Gifford. Nobody's in the zone. Guessed wrong. And there's a fumble. Does Baltimore get it back? No. Philadelphia recovers their own loose ball, tries to advance it, and goes backwards. It'll be 3rd and 11. That was a quarterback snap fumble. Eddie LeBaron couldn't handle it. Proverb Jacobs recovers the ball. Proverb Jacobs, what a name. It's a 0-5 left tackle. Maybe that's a good tidings there for the Eagles. They were able to avoid the turnover. Can they pick up this 3rd down? They go with a 3-2-6 defense. Of course, the dime defense really wasn't prevalent there, but I don't think we have any house rules preventing it. Crossing pattern to Bill Houghton, 4 men in the zone, guessed right, single covered. As the free safety is double covering Frank Gifford, it's going to be a must run for 0 yards, which is ruled a sack, and that's Don Colo who brings down Eddie LeBaron. Here comes the Eagles punt team. They give it a good boot out near midfield. 47 to be exact. And there's a fumble, and now the Eagles get a big break as they recovered a fumble on a punt. All right, I got to make my battle royale pick. Tom Cook finally selected the New Orleans Saints. I am ready with my pick. So let me just wait for this play. Up the middle to Tank Younger, guessed wrong. Eagles back in Colt territory. And it's going to be a short gain. Now they're down to the 33-yard line. So let me just double check this. I am going to take the special teams, not special teams, the returners of the Arizona Cardinals. So I can get the left cornerback Patrick Pete 6 rating to match him with a secondary of my choosing. And Christian Kirk, who's not a bad receiver. At the very least, he'd be a decent 3rd receiver. Nice yardage on his card. So 2nd and 10, as there was a quick in pass to Eddie LeBaron, but there was 2 guys in the zone. And the receiver was double teamed, which caused that second man to go in there. So he double teamed the right receiver, Jim Mutscheller, free safety on the tight end. 2nd and 10. Oh, tackle left to Gifford, guessed wrong. And that's going to pick up 5, leaving. Oh, there's a fumble on the run. It looks like the Colts got it back. My, oh my, we've seen 3 or 4 turnovers already. Ball possession. So the Eagles threw an interception, and they just fumbled. While the Colts had that fumbled punt. So although it doesn't reflect correctly in the box score, it doesn't show them with a possession there, or in the ball possession chart. I'll take a look at Bobby Mitchell. He's got a great car, 16 yards. Look at those short gains everywhere. The Colts have got to be favored in this one. Despite the Eagles somehow winning that regular season game, I haven't seen a weapon like Bobby Mitchell on the Eagles. But look at that guy for the Colts. How many times can he carry the ball? Let's check it. He's got 12 unfatigued carries left. So maybe not quite as impactful because of the limited carries. I'm going to make my BR pick. Can't stop the action. My picks I actually do till 5. Quick slant to Bob Carey. And that's going to go nowhere. Incomplete. Looking past. The man was in the zone, so it was guessed right. When you have these turnover breaks against you, you just kind of want to stem the tide. Thinking if Dave can hold him to a 7-0 lead, then he'll feel pretty good about it. The Colts don't want to blow their chances, though. They've had opportunities to open this up to a double-digit lead and haven't been able to come through yet. I'll take a left to Mitchell. He's going to use it in one of those precious carries. And that's a 6-yard gain. You really have 16 carries because you can run him guessed wrong, or you can run him 4 times with fatigue and not worry about it. Fatigue level 1 and fatigue level 2, you lose a couple yards, but you're going to hit those short gains. You don't mind if it goes for 14 yards instead of 16 yards, for example. 3rd and 4. Again, deliberate pace, I'm sure caused by Dave really thinking about his defense. Sideline right to Jim Phillips. Guessed wrong. It's going to go for 7 yards and a first down. So I'm getting Kirk out of the receivers and Patrick Peterson out of the cornerbacks. That was a no yard gain and run guessed wrong, and he landed on an 8. Now, his card probably has an 8 short gain. Now it's the +9, +6. So that's like the one roll he doesn't want to get. But he's got the bigger numbers in the edges. So he's got an extra short gain here on 9 on an off tackle as opposed to the end run. It's a run call, crossing pattern to Jim Phillips, defender extra short gain, and that's incomplete. As Jack Butler, it's a 6, and he makes the play. So down to the 45. There we go. Third and 10. 36 seconds to go in the first quarter. Big play here. Crossing pattern to Fred Dugan. Incomplete on the defensive cards. Oh, wait a minute. So the Eagles have the. No, that's good. I was going to say that's excellent. No, that's the good defensive card. I mean, that's, yeah, the good. So you have average against the run, good against the pass. And that punts down to the 17 where the Eagles will start the second quarter. We're remodeling our kitchen here. I have a contractor here, so I have to go outside in a second to say hi. So we'll let this run silently, check in on him. I'll be back. Hey there. Okay, I am back. 7-0 Colts. Of course, I didn't get to see what happened. You got to see it. I'll be back on 1 second. Yeah. Okay. I'll leave you guys to it. Go on, man. Okay, Brody gets sacked. I'm back again. Had to work with the contractors on a couple things. So, 2nd and 24 after the Brody sack. Two evenly matched teams. Curl to Jim Doran, looking to hit that big receiver numbers off his card, but it's incomplete. Mitchell's down to 9 on 15 carries. Third and 24, which is pretty hopeless. He has Mitchell in there. He could run him, but he probably doesn't want to waste a carry here. Although if he would have stayed base formation, he might have been able to get into field goal range. Actually, he's almost already in field goal range because remember in this era, the goalposts are at the goal line instead of back 10 yards back. Let's see what happens here. So he's kind of really at the 35. It goes deep to Mitchell. There's 2 men in the zone. And it's going to be picked off. Forget about field goal. There you see the goalpost. They're at the goal line. That goes down to the 15. And the Eagles return it out to the 25. So it's kind of like a punt. You know, you don't mind throwing a pick in that spot. So, yeah, I don't know. The regular season game, maybe a couple of the picks were like that where it was the end of the half or end of the game. Let's check the I'll quick out right to Jim Mutscheller. That's going to be a 4-yard pickup. Second and 6, off tackled right to Tank Younger. It's going to pick up 6 yards since he beat the defensive tackle role. Sid Youngelman is beaten by the White Die 6. 7-0 Colts. We've had 4 turnovers so far that I'm aware of. Yep. Interception, fumble punt that doesn't show up here, and now another interception. So 1st and 10, 35. Screen right to Frank Gifford. There's a man there. It's guessed right. It's going to be a 5-yard pickup. Second and 5 at the Philadelphia 40. So 2nd and 5, 40-yard line, pro set, off tackle right to Younger. He's grinding it out, picking up first down after first down, picks up 2 yards there. That'll bring up 3rd and 3. All right. Need to make a quick call here. Bomb to Billy Houghton. Guessed right. Nobody's in the zone. It's going to be picked off. That's why you see so many interceptions. And that's going to be returned out towards midfield, and it's fumbled, but recovered by the Colts. Okay, here's my phone call. I'll be back. That's a quick slant to Bob Carey, incomplete. 3:54 to go in the half. Hi, I'd like to make a room reservation for next Tuesday and Wednesday. What extension number is that if I have to call back? Thank you. So incomplete pass there on 2nd and 10. 3rd and 10 now. 3:36 to go. Hi, I'd like to make a room reservation for next Tuesday and Wednesday. Excuse me? Oh, sure. 3:30 to 5:30 if it's possible. We have availability up until 5, so we can do 3:30 to 5 or 5, yes. But everything is booked at 5:30. 3:30, yeah, 3:30 to 5 on Tuesday and Wednesday would be great. Okay, that's just for Tuesday. So let me write this one down. What's your name? It's for my wife, Nancy Crowley. Okay. Okay, did Nancy book with us before? Yes. Okay, so she knows to bring her library card. Yes. Okay, so she'll be in the Cucamonga room on Tuesday from 3:30 to. She just has 4 people, so whatever one fits that. The smaller room would be fine, so it'll be the same room both days. Oh. Oh, I see. So, but there is a two-person room. Hold on 1 second, okay? I'm pretty sure the ones at Victoria Gardens are at the Beyond Library are taken. That's why she asked me to call. So let me see if she wants that two-person room or just leave it open. Hold on 1 second. Go on in there. Okay, she said they're just going to go to the Beyond Library and look for a table. Thank you for checking for me. Oh, sure, why not? I'll check with them. Okay, 7-0 Baltimore. Eagles are driving from their own goal line after that punt. Ooh, just misses a long gain on Mutchuller's card. 2nd and 10, 1:52 left. Remember, it was 3-0 at the end of the half in the other one. All right. 2nd and 10. Off tackle left to Gifford as the Colts shift to a 3-3-5. It doesn't really cost them too much. They pick up 6 yards on that one. 3rd and 4. Yeah.
Did you use some of that paint?
What's that?
Did you use some of that paint?
No.
But yeah, can I go back and get them right now for you tonight? Oh no, I'm just saying. I mean, yeah, they were. I mean, I've never seen them because when I got out, I was like, oh, I'm so late. It was like a quarter of every time. Yeah, but I'll keep it on. I don't think I did. But we already started using it. But here are some pictures that he had just put it over there and. I'll go tonight when you get to the list. What I'm gonna get the holding, right? And something else that anything else was that holding. Yeah, there's some that do they have TV out there? No, they do. Yeah, really, they probably do. There's one guy, one by five. They got some that just give it, and then they got the articulating bracket, which you can pull out and do all this crap. And if you want to like really sit on that side or right on this side, yes, you pull it out and hit it. That's our articulating bracket. They didn't even pull out and just leave it out. Yeah. Yes, they're articulating. And then, so that's that, and then. Just think about it. Yeah, think about it. It's pretty good. I just want to tell you that because, yeah, you should. Oh, that's totally good. Because I want, we're going to keep moving. Are we going to keep moving? Are we going to keep
All right, I missed something, huh? Because the Colts got the ball back. Oh, it was a coffin corner punt, and it only went 31 yards. And that allowed. They're probably worried about the punt return. Let's check. I know Bobby Mitchell is like a badass punt returner too. Let's check it out. Well, I guess he's not that good. Well, he does have the touchdown on 11, so that's what he was trying to avoid. Look at that weapon: touchdown on 11 on punt return, touchdown on 10 and 11. That's got to be one of the best for Lenny Lyles. So anyway, it's an off tackle left to Mitchell. He's going to pick a 5, which I'm sure that Dave is happy to see that because anytime that you run with Mitchell and you land on the D card, you're happy no matter what the result is. Unless you happen to hit that plus 36 or something, because he's got so much good stuff on his card. You want to stay away from his card if you can. So 3rd and 1, 37 seconds left. The ball's at the Baltimore 45. Deep to Bobby Mitchell against the run call. Guess Ron's going to pick up 31 yards, and it's going to set up the Colts 1st and 10. They're going to use the timeout here. 1st and 10, 30 seconds left at the 30, which is really kind of like at the 20 when you consider the field goal kicking card. Let's check out their field goal kicker. Even this era is shaky though. Even from the 13 to the 22, which is where he's at now, this range, he is 2 through 6, 11, and 12. So he doesn't use a timeout. He spikes the ball, which means 22 seconds left, 1 timeout remaining. Keeps that timeout in his pocket. You can see why he did that. The downs don't matter as much as the time does. Might try to go for another long shot. Brody's good on deep passes. Despite the picks, if you hit 5, 9, 12, or 3, you're going to have a touchdown. Of course, if you land on 2 or 10, it's a good chance you're going to turn the ball over. 22 seconds left. Off tackle right to Mitchell. He's going to use one of those precious carries. He's going to pick up 10 yards on the D card. And that's going to be a first down. That's exactly what he needed. Now he can spike it again. Have 8 seconds left and one more shot. That's actually really good because if you had gone to the 19, you can't really throw a deep pass. But at the 20, you still can. Let's see what the field goal's like from the 3 to 12-yard line, which is where he's at now. So much better, 2 through 8 and 12. Offense takes the timeout now, so they can try one more play and then spike it. 6 to 1, half dozen to the other. I guess this way is better because you're still only have one play. I said you could throw 2 incomplete passes, but he's not even going to take any chances. He's just going to go for the field goal now, not risk a sack or a turnover. Greater than 50% chance, like a 66% chance for a field goal, maybe 70%, and he kicks it through. So 10-0, 2-score lead, and he goes for the regular kickoff instead of a squib kick. Out to the 20, it's going to burn up a second, so Eagles will have one play, and they'll be trailing 10-0. Unless they hit a bit of magic. Let's look at Eddie LeBaron's long pass card. So not quite as good as John Brody's. It's got a long gain on 5. The other one's not going to do much. It's not going to help you to hit plus 29 or plus 35 right now. And it will hurt you if you throw a pick 6. It's going for a quick slant to Mutscheller. Low risk play. It's going to pick up 18. Was hoping to hit the long gain on the D card, but there you go. First half of the 1958 Gridiron Gladiators Championship. This league is run by Paul Mankiewicz, part of the Oops family of leagues. Duke needs a few minutes. Neil suggests a 3-minute break. Okay, I gotta go get somebody at the door. All right, so my halftime, I got some Thin Mint Girl Scout cookies as our halftime snack. All right, I'll be right back. So we're still deciding things. So it is a madhouse here. Breaking tiles. We're got some painting going on. The kitchen's going to look really nice when it's done. So 3rd and 4. That's my job here, is to supervise the work going on. Wifey has the kids off at the library doing homework. It's 4:55 here on the West Coast. First and 10. Screen right to Frank Gifford. That's going to pick up 14 yards. The Eagles down by 10. Got the ball first as I was over there. And got 3 yards on first down, 3 yards on second down, 6 yards on third down. And now they picked up a second first down with a 14-yard pickup on 1st and 10. So up the middle to Tank Younger. That's going to pick up 13 yards as the defensive tackle can't make the play. That's Sid Youngelman. Second time he's botched it. Quick slant to Mutscheller again. Guess right, there's a man there. He's going to pick up 5 on LeBaron's card. He's got to stay away from that 10. Stay away from those picks. They need points on this drive. And they're in position to do just that. Let's check out the field goal kicker of the Eagles. So we're at the 36-yard line right now, which is really the 26. So he ain't good. 2 through 4. They got to be aggressive on 4th downs with this crew. We might be locked up here, folks. We're kind of stuck here. Are we stuck? I think we are. Maybe not. Kind of hung there. Looks like we're stuck to me. That would bring up a 2nd and 5. Maybe it's just me this stuck. I'm gonna exit and go back in again. I could just be my game locked up. No, it is stuck. It is hosed up. Let's go back to the Battle Royale draft. Ron was typing. We got a broadcast with nothing going on. I still have internet, so it's not bad. Guys, don't forget me. Don't leave me hanging here. Well, let's update the draft sheet then while we're waiting. Which I'm sure you guys would love to see me do our draft sheet for Battle Royale. Battle Royale is a units draft. We start off. That's going to sound good on the broadcast. Excuse me. We do a 10-day draft where you take 10 units: halfback, quarterback, wide receiver, tight end, fullback, blocking back. Tight end, fullback, blocking back. Offensive line, defensive line, linebackers, DBs, kicker, punter, and kick returner, punt returner are their own units. Going GG, GG, we're dead, guys. I'm dead. Okay, so there we go. Now we're back in business. So we'll see what they did. He took the kick returner, punt returner unit of. So whoever takes a unit first gets everybody in that unit. So when you take the KC kick returner, punt returner, you get a great receiver in Tyreek Hill. So back to the Gridiron Gladiators. 10-0 Colts. Early second half, 2nd and 5 at the 36. Eagles are driving. Eddie LeBaron looking to get some points on the board and cut this down to a one-score game. All right, so we're going to be back in business here shortly. Eagles have picked up 11 first downs, 186 yards, but they're trailing 10-0 due to those turnovers. They've lost a fumble and thrown 2 picks, while the Colts have thrown a pick, but that was one was not as hurtful. It's kind of like a punt, and the one of the fumbles I'm sure hurt too. Okay, spectators. I think there's only one spectator. I think it's me. So thanks, Neil, for letting me know. It just so happens that I'm home now because of this kitchen remodeling, so I get to broadcast this game, which is kind of cool. It's good to have the championship games at least up the middle of the male triplet. And that's going to go nowhere. Guess wrong. 0-yard gain. 3rd and 5 containment in effect. That lovely sound you hear in the background is the contractors painting the kitchen cabinets. One of those painting gun things. 3rd and 5. Frank Gifford in the backfield. I don't know if he would try a field goal here or if this is 4-down territory. Gifford is an obvious target. Oh, he goes for a draw to Gifford, hoping to get a guess wrong reading or a good pickup on a block. But the right tackle there, Charlie and Senior, was reduced from a 5 to a 4. So instead of a first down, it is a 4th and 2. Back to a pro set now. Tank Younger joins Gifford in the backfield. This is where the rubber hits the road, folks. Again, we saw how poor the Eagles field goal kicker was, so I don't blame him for being aggressive here. Even though this is like a field goal from the 23, which in the modern era would be a gimme, 2 through 10 probably for most kickers. Here we go. 4th and 2. 33-yard line. 9:54 to go in the third quarter. Bomb to Bob Houghton. He decides to go big or go home. There's a man in the zone. It's guessed right. That's going to be incomplete, and he will be going home. A flat pass would have gone on a receiver reading, so we would need to get a connection there. He thought maybe he would call run and bring everybody up. But guess who else was thinking the same thing? Neil Shannon. So he'll take over. Hope we're not locked up again. This is the same kind of behavior we saw on the first lockup. We may need to have another reboot action happening. I'll just leave it here for a second, but I think we're lost. I think we're hosed. So let's save it. You ask, why would I save it as a spectator? You know, there's been times where they have really bad problems, the host and the visitor, and you can use the save from a spectator file to set it up again. So we got another one, 36036. So we'll join it again. Hopefully they got that save. I'm not sure if this is going to work. Well, maybe just that. There it goes. Now connected. So the Colts will take over. 1st and 10 at their own 33. Happy to get a stand there. Screen left to Bobby Mitchell. That's going to pick up 2. Guessed right. 1 bet in zone. 2nd and 8. Curl to Jim Dorn against a run call. That's going to pick up 10. Look at that Brody card. Guessed wrong. So nice. Lots of, still a high pick chance, but lots of receptions there. And speaking of picks, that's what the Eagles need. They need a turnover here to stem the flow. I'll take a lift to Bobby Mitchell. One of those precious carries. Goes in the D card, picks up 6. 2nd and 4. How many Bobby Mitchell's runs do we have left here? 6 runs left. We got a 0 defensive tackle, and that's looking for a pass rush chance, but you've got a 7 there. I don't know if you want to do that. And he does run right there. It's a run call, though. But the defensive tackle's beaten because he subbed him out. It would have kept his normal start in there. It would have been only a 2-yard gain. And it would have been a 3rd down spot. Neil would love to go up 17-0 here. Really put the pressure on the Eagles. Quick slant to Bob Carey. Single cover, incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Excuse me as I open up our draft sheet here. $6:54 to go in the third quarter. Offensive center plus 12 or plus 4, and boom, just like that, he converts the 3rd and 3. After that 7-yard look-in pass that I missed because I was checking something on my phone. Battle Royale action going on. Sideline left to Phillips. Going to pick up a yard. What am I looking at here? Second and 9. If somebody else wanted that pick I made, would have helped them get maybe excellent pass defense. I'm not sure. Crossing better to Jim Phillips. Correctly double covered, but it's by a linebacker. It's going to pick up 12. The free safety was double covering Jim Duran. It's going to be 1st and 10 to 11. The drive is hurting the Eagles not only because it's likely to end in points for the Colts, but also because it's using up a lot of time, and time is not on the Eagles' side. If there was ever a time they needed to turn over, it's right now. Bobby Mitchell, 5 unfatigued carries left, 9 impactful carries left altogether. He's pacing him out. Off tackle left to Mitchell. It's guessed correctly. It's going to pick up 2. That'll be 2nd and 8 at the 9. It would have been a short gain if he would have called pass. Mitchell has a low chance for a fumble, but if for whatever reason he would have keyed there, I'm curious to know if that 10.8 would have gone up to 20 over 22, or if it would have just been like 21.6. I think it would have just missed a fumble even if he had keyed him. So 2nd and 8 at the 9. Mitchell and Olszewski in the backfield. 4-3 showing blitz. We've seen Brody's card guessed wrong. Now he's going to run it again, and Dave calls it correctly. Offensive tackle plus 3 or plus 0, and that's going to go no gain. So third and 8, 3-3-5 showing blitz. There's a shot back, flares in the background. We'll see how this comes through on the broadcast. Hopefully it's not too loud. Off tackle right. Offensive onside in on 3rd and 8, and he picks up 7. So it's going to be 4th and 1 at the 2. Does he go for a field goal here, leaving the Eagles a chance to win the game by scoring 2 touchdowns and holding them down? No, he says, I'm going big. And I was wrong, I guess. There is no other better defensive tackle that the Eagles have. They run up Jim Weatherall in all weather. That's why he's called Weatherall. Whether it's cold, hot, stormy, snowing, Jim just gets out there and does his job. So there is no other defensive tackle that he has in there for situations like this where he might want a better run rating. 4th and 1, maybe the championship game on the line here for the Eagles. If they make a stand here, they're only down 10. If they don't, it's going to be 17-0 for the Colts. I like the gutsy play call there. So Bob Carey was a tight end in that one, usually a 6 run blocker, but on 3rd and 8 he was reduced to a 5 since he was 3 wide. Mitchell's back there. He doesn't go full house though. Leaves that possibility of a pass, I guess, in the back of Dave's mind. Off tackle left to Olszewski. There's nobody there, but it's going to be fumble. Defensive end -1 or +5, and the Eagles have made the play. Who is over there? I think he's a 4 defensive end. He advances the fumble. That could have been weird if he would have advanced it, and it would have been a back to the end zone for a safety. But he got 7 yards, so it'll be 1st and goal to 10. And who made the play? Chet Ostrowski stops Johnny Olszewski. So Poland well represented here in the 1958 championship game. That's an incomplete pass as he was looking for Jim Muttschuller on the slant. So 2nd and 10 at the 10. Eagles are 90 yards away from the end zone. And boy, oh boy, do they need a big play. There was a 5% chance of a sack there. Billy Ray Smith, Sr. We remember Billy Ray Smith Jr. from the Chargers. Crossing pattern to Billy Houghton. Doesn't want to go too big. Looking for a nice chunk there, but he hits a receiver reading and misses it. Incomplete on a 7. Oh, what he wouldn't have given for a 12 there against the excellent pass defensive cards of the Colts. LeBaron struggling today, 7 of 16. Third and 10. Philly desperately needs a 3rd down conversion here. The Colts go 3-2-6. Curl to Max McGee. The throw's a little behind him. He reaches his arm out. And he tips it right to the DB. It's picked off on the Colts defensive card, and they return it to the 12. So out of the frying pan and into the fire, the Eagles are up against it again, trying to defend against that strong Colt defense, or strong Colt offense, excuse me. Bobby Mitchell's runs versus John Brody's short passes. Pick your poison here. Dave needs to make 3 good decisions here to force a field goal try. Decision number 1, it was incorrect, and that's going to be an 11-yard pickup, 1st and goal at the 2. If he had called pass, it would have been incomplete. But like I said, you're like, you run or pass. It's tough to defend against that Colt offense. John Brody in a pro set doesn't go full house. Five-yard pickup, trying to key Olszewski to force another fumble. And Neal says, I don't care how many carries I have left. This is an important situation. Giving it to my best back, Bobby Mitchell, his number one pick. He was picking first overall in this draft, and he gave up a chance at a quarterback. Gosh, who was it then? We'll look at the 58 draft in a second, but he's leading 17-0. Let's go up there. 1958 workbook. Oh, that's a 1959 workbook. I need the 1958 workbook. I don't want to see this one. So let's copy that link address, stick it up here, change the 9s to 8s. The reason why 59 is already up there is because we're having a draft in a couple months. With these retro leagues, you can just keep rolling on. Eagles pick up 4 on first down as they're up against it now, down 3 scores. So let's take a look at the draft. This is 59. Here's 58. Yeah, so he could have had Len Dawson, quarterback for the Chiefs, on a team that kind of needs a long-term quarterback, but he had good enough one for this year, so he switched it up and he went Bobby Mitchell, halfback, flanker, split in, kick returner, punt returner. He does it all. And look at that. We just missed another Eddie LeBaron interception. And guys, it is not the Eagles' day. They pulled off the upset in the regular season, but in the playoffs, or not playoffs, but in the championship game, after winning their first playoff game, the Eagles have run out of steam. The wind has gone out from their wings, and they are looking to possibly go down 4 scores here. We do have 2-point conversion, so even if it gets a touchdown, I guess it's theoretically still 3 scores. Third and 8 now, and he'll be happy to get it. He might even just run up with Mitchell, trying to catch the Eagles blitzing. He's got 1 unfatigued carries left, but you know what? He can rest during the championship celebration. He's got 5 more carries that will be impactful. Six-yard pickup. It'll be 4th and 2. Does he go for it again? Does he try to put the dagger in with a touchdown? Nope. He gets Tom Miner out there and puts some major points on the board. It's 20-0 Colts. 12:18 to go in the game. So let's take a look at this draft. Let's see. So Baltimore took Jerry Kramer after Bobby Mitchell. Jim Phillips, who we've seen a little bit today. Lenny Lyles, who you saw kind of kick return card. Even if the Eagles get some points, they're going to be hard pressed to watch out on that. And Fred Dugan. Look at all these impactful players that are contributing to a Colts championship. Bob Carey, who's starting today. Baltimore, Tom Miner. He knew he was going for a championship run, so he shored up those special teams. So there you go, Baltimore looking to get it done. Almost got another pick there. 2nd and 10, make that 3rd and 10. As Eddie LeBaron's like, man, give me some help here, guys. 0 touchdowns, 4 picks. It's just one of those days. Crossing pattern to Joe F. Johnson. And he's double teamed, so that was almost really Joe F. Johnson, as he almost effed that one up. 4th and 10 and a punt. And that means the Eagles are waving the white flag. They're punching the ball. They're still going to try to force a turnover. Hey, you never know in the set. A flat pass pick here, and suddenly it's 20-7 with an onside kick coming. So I'm not going to say it's over, but it's pretty close to over. Eagles down 20 points in the 4th quarter. They need something magical. Sideline right to Phillips. Nobody there. 5-yard pickup. $40 40% chance of a sack on that. It's the max sack chance you can get on a flat pass. Dale Dodriel up against Dick Szymanski. Szymanski? Look at that guy's a traitor. He should be on Dave Szymanski's team, even though it's spelled totally different. 2nd and 5. Colts offensive lineman didn't have a part in that play. But 3rd and 5, and whatever small chance that the Eagles have kind of rides on this play. They need to stop. They would love a turnover, but they need to stop. Sideline left to Fred Dugan. Dugan only gets 2 yards, and they'll punt. Got to watch your Dugan. Keep it healthy. 40-yard punt. Does he have a punt returner with a touchdown? No, he doesn't. He has a punt returner with a fumble on 10. So that shows you the mindset. I mean, he's a quality returner. Don't get me wrong, but when you're pushing for a championship run, you're trying to take care of everything. Crossing pattern to Joe F. Johnson. Incomplete. 7 for 22. This is a nightmare. Just a nightmare for Eddie LeBaron. He keeps going to Joe F. There's a completion for 17 yards. So the Eagles aren't done yet. Still got some small signs of life. It was Johnson's first catch of the day. Then Lyles makes the tackle. Quick start to Mutcheller against the 3-2-6, but he moves the guy back, so it's 7 yards. Cannot settle for field goals now. You need touchdowns. You need 3 of them. I'll take a left to Gifford. He's going to pick up 2. As there was no offensive onside in there that could make the block. Max McGee was there, but he's a 0, the wide receiver. 3rd and 1. $7:12 to go in the game. Third and 1. Sneak to Eddie LeBaron. He's going to get it. Picks up 4. 1st and 10 at the 30. But a lot of time's gone off the clock after the 17-yard hit earlier in the drive. We're down to 6:36 to go. Those runs chew up some clock, so we need some hit there. But you're throwing against an excellent pass defense, so it's tough. Screen right to Gifford. There's a 4 linebacker there. Picks up 8 on the receiver card. 2nd and 2. Down to the 22. Curl to Max McGee. 3-minute zone. Covered by a 5. Over 6, excuse me. So that's going to be defender X incomplete. If he had gone to Bob Houghton on that one, that would have been 13 yards. It would have been 1st and goal at the 9. Set is 3rd and 2 at the 22. Frank Gifford, Tank Yunker. 5:42 to go in the 4th quarter. Eagles at the Baltimore 22. They're going to need a miracle to come back and make this game close. First step, though, is to find the end zone. And before that, you need a 1st down. So will he run it here? Nope, he goes for a pass. 4-minute zone, guessed right. He gets a muster for 5 yards. That's a 1st down. 1st and goal to 7, or 1st and 10 at the 17. Now he just needs a 7 on the Barons card for their first points of the game. And there's only 5 minutes left in the game, folks. 5:06 to be precise. Past the Mutschiller. Hits a 4. He's got 3 more chances to hit one of those rolls. Of course, the danger is you throw that against the D card, it's going to be, big chance for interception. Pitch out left, so he decides to run it. He gets 12 yards on a 1st down. That'll take it down to the 5. Does he get out of bounds? Yes, he does. So 4:30 to go in the game. The Colts, I think, would be happy to give up points here as long as they use up a couple more plays and get the game down under 4 minutes to go. They're not too worried. And with a kick returner card that good, I think of onside kicks definitely in the offing. And there's the touchdown. Guess wrong, 17 yards. Curl to Max McGee. He hauls it in. It's going to be 20-7. If Bob Conrad could kick this through, no given in this era. Bobby Joe Conrad. And that's good. Here comes the onside kick. I don't think he's going to kick it deep, even with 3 timeouts left. But like I said, you hit the wrong roll, it's going to be a touchdown anyway. Doesn't recover it. 3:54 to go. So 3 runs and a punt are in the offing, I think. You don't want to chance it. Too many turnovers in this era. And you don't want to run it with Olszewski. So maybe that means you can key Mitchell. Give yourself a 2% chance of causing a fumble. He goes for a sneak to Brody. Offensive onside center, plus 12 or plus 4. And Dick Semensky. Oh, he did make the block, but we have that low usage halfback, which I guess also applies to. Oh no, it's just because his longest run was 6 yards. So if that had been to a running back, that would have been 12 yards. But his longest run on the year, Brody's, was 6 yards. So second and 4. Another sneak to Brody, another run call this time, and it's going to pick up another 6 yards because it would have picked up 13, but because he went to Brody and his max is 6, and that's a 10% chance of a fumble on that. So Neal taking some chances there by running Brody, but it's working. Picked up 6 yards on each play, and he's got another set of downs. 2:42 to go. Might as well go to Mitchell. Who cares if he runs fatigued? Nope, goes back to Brody. That is chance for a fumble, and he does fumble it. The Eagles recover. I'm telling you, it's a 10% chance every time Brody runs the ball, and that time it bit him. It's out of 1,000 those snap fumbles or the run fumbles, and he rolled 105. So Eagles have some life. 20-7. Good for us as viewers. They need a quick score here, and then another onside kick chance. Wouldn't that be something to steal the Super Bowl? Neil, what are you saving? What are you saving Bobby Mitchell's carries for? Overtime? Deep to Frank Gifford. Defender X or plus 27, and he calls it in down to the 35. Tom Scott's 5 was beaten by the White Dice 6. 2:24 to go. It'll either be 2 minutes or 2:06 if he takes a timeout, and he takes a timeout. LeBaron up to 144 yards, kind of sneakily, on these last 2 drives. 2:06 to go. You could run it here, but I don't think he has that type of halfback. Gifford's long was 33 yards. No, his longest was 41, excuse me. But he's got him in a single back set in the shotgun, slant to Mutscheller. 3-man in zone, guessed right, and it's incomplete. 2nd and 10. There were 2 men in zone on that one. 2 minutes to go. 2nd and 10. Eagles trying to come up with a miracle comeback. Crossing pattern to Houghton. Guessed right, 1 man in zone, incomplete. He needs that 7. He keeps rolling 8s and 6s and 4s. LeBaron was 7 of 22 at one point, so now he is 5 for his last 9. So at least he's getting above 50%. Although he could have used a completion there. Where's his long gain at on his deep pass card? It's on a 5. Down and out to Gifford. Guessed right. He needs that 17, and he gets that 17. Does he get out of bounds? He doesn't. Down to the 18-yard line. So another one of those 17s, and it'll be 1st and goal at the 1. Use a timeout. That'll be 1:45 to go, 1st and 10. Nope. He goes hurry up. There's no reason to go hurry up. You need time more than you need downs. So spike or timeout is what you should have done. But watch him throw 3 incompletions, and get the connection he needs on 4th down. All you want is a chance in this spot. You got to go recover a onside kick. There's no way, with 2 timeouts, he's going to throw the ball or anything. He'll just take a knee after this. Pitch out right to Gifford. He runs it, trying to get out of bounds. It's 5. Does he get out of bounds? No. So now you use that timeout. Please use that timeout. He goes, hurry up again. Ay, ay, ay. Well, it's a long shot anyway. But you're throwing the ball. You're going to throw incompletions quite a bit of the time, so no reason to save those timeouts. If you're going to run it, call a timeout right away. He goes for another run, hoping to get another 5 yards or a short gain. It's nothing. Guessed wrong, 0. But he does get out of bounds at least. 3rd and 5. LeBaron on a 5. Plus 16 would have been a touchdown. Oh, it could have been a sack, though, because there was a D showing there. We don't know what the sack chance would have been since he ran the ball. Slant to Mutscheller. Guessed right. He needs that 7. And instead he rolls the unlucky 9, and that's the game. Picked off, and he'll just take a knee. It was a long shot anyway, but you would have liked to him at least scored the touchdown and gotten a chance at the onside kick with under a minute left. Came close. Made it exciting at the end. So a couple knees, couple timeouts. Neil should only knee the ball. He will run out the clock with 3 knees. He goes for a sneak. 10% chance of a sack. Or a fumble, 20% chance of a fumble. Because he's guessed right. Ay, ay, ay. Just take a knee. Hopefully Neil will watch this. Just take a knee. Because you go to 37 seconds, 38 seconds, and then 37 seconds, and then he won't be able to stop the clock. If he runs a sneak with Brody again, I'm going to scream. He runs a sneak with Brody again. No, he pitched out to Bobby Mitchell. See, that's okay, because he's minimal fumble. Don't run it with Brody. 3rd and 4. 37 seconds left. All you have to do is take a knee here. It will burn all the time. If you run it and he fumbles it, still, he's not going to lose the game, but don't take chances. So Neil Shannon is going to be your 1958 Gridiron Gladiator champion. Well done, Neil. Congratulations today for making it to the championship game. He runs it off tackle. I don't know why you're doing that. Just take a knee. All right. Time will run off. And that's the game, folks. So congratulations again. Nice job, Neil. Good game, Davey says. They'll exchange pleasantries, but I have got some things to do. Check on the contractor. So we'll see you tomorrow. I'll see if I can broadcast that. Or at least join the broadcast with Michael Reeves for the Autumn Wind semifinal. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Peace out.